Did you know that around the USA, 700 children are diagnosed with neuroblastoma cancer every single year? That was stated by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Neuroblastoma is a rare form of cancer that many people all over the world don't know about. Today I'm going to tell you about what neuroblastoma cancer is, what are the symptoms and treatments of it, and a little boy's story who is a superhero in my eyes. So to begin, neuroblastoma is a childhood cancer that can be formed in tumors, masses, or lumps. It started in the adrenal glands. Anywhere throughout the body it can really form, but key spots is the neck, the back, the pelvis, and your legs. It can also go into your bone. Really often it does, but if that happens, you would have to go through bone marrow transplants and all that. So next, what I'm going to talk about is the symptoms and treatments of neuroblastoma, which there are different varieties of symptoms of any type of cancer, so they're very generalized. You have pain, discomfort, fatigue, bone pain, fever, diarrhea, high blood pressure, sweats, anything that just makes you feel really down and you're really tired and you just don't want to do anything. With all these, children sometimes are very tired, they don't want to eat anything, so they lose appetite, and they could get the flu very easily or a cold very easily. Normally, like you and I, it lasts 3 to 4 days to get one. They get one instantly. And unable to walk due to the certain types of pain that they have. So some other more options like symptoms is a lot of the time skin reflections. They get really pale and really dark around their eyes because they're just so tired and fatigued. So some treatment options for neuroblastoma cancer is you could either get a surgery, you could get ports put in to have your medications go into, or you could do radiation therapy, chemotherapy, or a bone marrow transplant. So with surgery, they would go in and they would get the tumor or try and get as much as the cancer out as they possibly could. For radiation and chemotherapy, it would help shrink the cells down possibly to hopefully have little to no cancer cells. And then bone marrow replacement or transplant for someone to take the bad cells out of the bone marrow and then possibly put new cells into it from a healthier person. So now I'm going to tell you about a current story that's happening right now. He's my next door neighbor, Riley, and he is a little boy and he is 7. He has neuroblastoma for the second time, and he is a Thon family here from Thon on campus. Riley originally was diagnosed with neuroblastoma in 2017 when he was 5, and he was devastated. His family was devastated. He went to Hershey Medical Center, and he went through all the treatments. He had chemo, and it was really hard. And the shirt that I'm wearing today, which I will be wearing, is the fundraising campaign that they used to do fundraisers for him. And on the back of the shirt, it says, "Don't worry about it," because that's all what Riley says. He's like, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be fine." And he's a real trooper. He was almost a year in remission, and then he relapsed, and so he has it a second time this round, and he's now going through chemo again, and it spread really quickly. First it was in his lower back, in his hips actually, and then it spread to his lower back and all of his legs, and he couldn't walk, and it was really sad. So then he started chemo treatments, and he was in his second round, and they do scans, OBG scans, that show if cancer is present or not. And he just had them, and it looked like he doesn't have any cancer right now, so let's hope keep it going. But he's still going to do some more rounds and treatments to do and make progress to hopefully beat cancer again. To this day, Riley still doesn't eat much. At the beginning, he couldn't walk. Like I said before, it was really hard. He sleeps a lot, but now since there's no really trace of anything, he's running a little more, he's walking better, he's eating much better. He still gets a little out of breath from time to time, but that's just because of the cancer and radiation. So finally, to conclude, I went over what is neuroblastoma and the treatments and the symptoms of it, and I gave you Riley's story. Here on campus we have Thon, which benefits to University Parks Thon, so you can get involved there, and there's a bunch of fundraising that happens throughout Berks County for it. So I hope you guys have a little taste of how bad this nasty disease really is and what a strong boy really is. I'll leave you with this. Riley always tell people my story, and I did that today. Go tell someone about neuroblastoma and tell people all this nasty disease. Possibly go find certain areas in Berks County to help support this disease. Thank you.